Nobody expected the night to end like this. What started as a legendary Netflix comedy roast suddenly turned into absolute chaos after Katt Williams allegedly lost control on stage in front of millions of viewers watching live. And according to multiple insiders inside the Kia forum, the cameras may have caught only half of what really happened. Because moments after Katt Williams grabbed that microphone and stared directly at Kevin Hart, the entire energy inside the building changed. You could literally feel the tension. At first, the crowd laughed. People thought it was just another brutal roast joke. But then Katt started bringing up things nobody expected him to say live on Netflix. Secret industry accusations, fake friendships, Hollywood betrayal, even alleged backstage deals Kevin never wanted mentioned publicly. And then came the moment that has social media in complete meltdown right now. Kevin Hart reportedly stood up during one of Katt's jokes and shouted something back that microphones barely picked up, but audience members near the stage claim Katt immediately snapped. Multiple witnesses now claim security guards began rushing toward the stage as producers inside Netflix's control room started panicking in real time. But according to leaked backstage reports, what happened after the cameras cut away was somehow even worse. This wasn't just another celebrity feud. This was 12 years of jealousy, disrespect, buried resentment, and industry politics finally exploding under the brightest lights imaginable. And if you think what happened on that Netflix stage came out of nowhere, think again. Because people close to both comedians are now saying this disaster had been building for years behind the scenes. Long before the screaming, before the security rush, before social media exploded into civil war, Katt Williams and Kevin Hart were already locked in one of the most bitter rivalries in comedy history. And the scary part? Neither of them ever truly let it go. Back in the early 2010s, Kevin Hart's career suddenly skyrocketed at a pace Hollywood had almost never seen before. One blockbuster after another. Massive endorsement deals. Sold-out arenas. Movie franchises. Netflix specials. Commercials everywhere. Kevin Hart became untouchable. But according to Katt Williams, none of it felt natural. For years, Katt openly accused Kevin of being manufactured by Hollywood elites. He repeatedly hinted that Kevin wasn't a self-made comedian at all, but somebody carefully pushed into superstardom by powerful industry executives behind closed doors. At first, fans laughed the accusations off. Then Katt kept going. Interview after interview, podcast after podcast, he kept repeating the same thing. Kevin Hart was a plant, a Hollywood puppet, somebody willing to play the game while other comedians stayed authentic. And every single time Katt spoke, the internet exploded. But Kevin Hart rarely responded directly. That silence only made the tension worse. Because while Katt was publicly throwing bombs, Kevin kept winning. Bigger movies, bigger checks, bigger platforms. Meanwhile, Katt's career became increasingly chaotic with controversies, arrests, canceled appearances, and viral meltdowns constantly surrounding his name. Fans began splitting into two sides. One side believed Kevin Hart represented hard work, discipline, and mainstream success. The other side believed Katt Williams was exposing uncomfortable truths about how Hollywood really operates behind closed doors. And then came the interview that changed everything. When Katt Williams appeared on Shannon Sharpe's podcast in early 2024, nobody expected the interview to become one of the most viral celebrity conversations in internet history. But within hours, clips flooded TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and X. Millions of viewers watched Katt directly accuse Kevin Hart of stealing opportunities, manipulating relationships, and becoming the industry's chosen golden boy. Suddenly, old conspiracy theories came roaring back to life. Even worse for Kevin, people actually started believing them. For months, social media turned into a non-stop battlefield. Fans dissected old Kevin Hart interviews, old movie deals, old friendships, old industry connections. Every clip became evidence. And according to insiders, Kevin Hart privately became furious over how much momentum Katt's accusations were gaining online. Which is why many people were shocked when Kevin personally approved Katt Williams to appear at his own Netflix roast in 2026. Some thought it was maturity. Others thought Kevin wanted revenge. But several backstage staff members are now claiming producers were extremely nervous before the event even started because both men reportedly refused to speak to each other during rehearsals. One insider allegedly told a media outlet, "They smiled for cameras, but the hatred was still there." And by the time Katt Williams finally walked onto that stage in front of millions of viewers, that hatred was apparently ready to explode. The moment Katt Williams stepped onto that stage, everything changed. According to people sitting near the front row, the atmosphere inside the Kia Forum instantly became uncomfortable. Not awkward, not tense, dangerous. Because Katt wasn't smiling. He walked slowly across the stage, wearing an all-black leather coat, dark shades, and a look on his face that several audience members later described as pure anger. Even Kevin Hart's expression reportedly changed the second he realized Katt wasn't there to play nice. At first, the audience laughed nervously as Katt grabbed the microphone and stared directly at Kevin without saying a word for nearly 10 seconds. That silence alone shook the room. Then Katt finally spoke. "Oh, so this is what Hollywood's favorite little puppet looks like in person." The crowd exploded. Some people laughed. Others froze. And according to leaked backstage audio being discussed online right now, several Netflix producers immediately started panicking because Katt allegedly ignored parts of the approved roast material and began going completely off script. That's when things reportedly got personal fast. Katt started bringing up old accusations Kevin thought had already died years ago. Secret movie deals, industry favoritism, alleged fake friendships with other comedians. At one point, Katt even hinted that certain executives inside Hollywood protected Kevin while other comedians were blacklisted. The audience didn't know whether to laugh or panic. Kevin initially tried smiling through it, but witnesses claim his body language slowly started changing. The smile disappeared. His arms folded. Then came the joke that insiders claim nearly pushed Kevin over the edge. Katt allegedly looked directly at Kevin and said, "You sold your soul for movie checks, and now they got you tap dancing every time Netflix calls." The entire arena erupted. Some celebrities in the crowd reportedly looked stunned. Cameras even caught several audience members covering their mouths in shock. Social media clips of that exact moment immediately started going viral within minutes. But what happened next is where the night reportedly spiraled out of control. According to multiple audience members posting online afterward, Kevin suddenly leaned forward in his chair and yelled something back toward Katt that microphones barely picked up during the live stream. At first, viewers at home thought it was harmless, but people inside the building claim Katt instantly became furious. One witness posted online, "Katt's whole face changed. It stopped feeling like comedy after that." And then came the moment that has now become the center of massive controversy. Katt reportedly stepped closer to Kevin while still holding the microphone and said, "You better stop talking before I expose what really happened backstage in 2018. The crowd went silent. Completely silent. Even the other comedians sitting nearby looked confused. Because nobody knew what Katt was talking about. Not the audience. Not the viewers. Not even some Netflix staff members. And according to insiders, that was the exact moment producers allegedly signaled security to move closer to the stage. But before security could fully step in, Kevin Hart reportedly stood up. The second Kevin Hart stood up, the entire Kia Forum reportedly went into panic mode. Audience members who were inside the building say the energy instantly shifted from comedy roast to something far more serious. Multiple celebrities sitting near the stage allegedly stopped laughing altogether as security personnel quietly began surrounding the front rows. And according to leaked reports now spreading across social media, Netflix producers inside the control room were already discussing whether they needed to cut to commercial. Because Katt Williams wasn't backing down anymore. Witnesses claim Kevin stepped toward Katt and said something off mic that cameras couldn't fully capture. But several people close to the stage insist the exchange became intensely personal. Then Katt allegedly fired back with a line that sent the crowd into complete chaos. "You really want me to tell them what you begged me not to say?" Suddenly, thousands of people inside the arena started screaming. Phones came out everywhere. Celebrities looked stunned. And according to one fake insider report now going viral online, producers could allegedly be heard yelling through staff headsets, "Get security closer now." At this point, the live stream cameras reportedly started cutting away from wide shots more frequently, which only fueled conspiracy theories online. Fans watching from home immediately noticed the awkward camera changes and strange pauses in crowd audio. Within minutes, hashtags started exploding across X. Hashtag Katt vs. Kevin, hashtag Netflix roast fight, hashtag what happened backstage, hashtag expose Hollywood. And then things somehow got even worse. A now viral fan video filmed from the audience appears to show Kevin Hart aggressively pointing at Katt moments before several security guards suddenly moved near the stage stairs. The clip has already gained millions of views, with fans arguing nonstop over whether Kevin looked angry or genuinely nervous. But the biggest twist came from a leaked, anonymous production assistant post uploaded only hours after the roast ended. The alleged insider claimed Katt Williams was never supposed to mention a private backstage disagreement involving Kevin Hart and another unnamed comedian years earlier. According to the post, producers specifically warned Katt before the show to avoid discussing certain topics connected to old Hollywood business deals. Katt allegedly ignored every warning. Now, social media is trying to figure out what he meant. Some fans believe Katt was hinting at secret industry favoritism. Others think he was threatening to expose private conversations Kevin never wanted public. And the speculation became even more explosive after one celebrity blogger claimed Netflix executives were furious behind the scenes because the situation was becoming impossible to control. But then came the moment nobody expected. Right in the middle of the chaos, Katt suddenly stopped talking, looked directly into the crowd, and smiled. Not a normal smile, a cold smile. According to witnesses, Katt then slowly raised the microphone and said, "This ain't roasting anymore. This is truth night." The arena reportedly exploded with screams. Some audience members stood up cheering. Others looked completely horrified. Even several comedians sitting on stage appeared visibly uncomfortable as security moved even closer toward both men. And backstage sources now claim producers were seriously considering ending Katt's segment early before the confrontation turned physical. But before anyone could react, a massive celebrity unexpectedly entered the situation from backstage, and what they allegedly whispered to Kevin Hart may have changed everything. Within minutes of the Netflix roast ending, the internet completely exploded. Not viral. Not trending. Absolute chaos. Clips of Katt Williams confronting Kevin Hart flooded TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and X so fast that some users genuinely thought the entire confrontation had been staged for publicity. But according to insiders close to the event, several celebrities backstage were reportedly shaken by how real the tension actually became. And once social media picked sides, things turned ugly fast. One viral post with over 12 million views read, "Katt Williams just said what everybody in Hollywood has been scared to say for years." Another user fired back, "Katt crossed the line. That stopped being comedy the second security had to move in." Suddenly, the internet became a war zone. Team Katt, Team Kevin. No middle ground. Fans began reposting old interviews, old podcast clips, old accusations, and even old photos of Kevin Hart with major Hollywood executives. Conspiracy threads started spreading everywhere, with users claiming Katt had been warning people about the entertainment industry for over a decade. Meanwhile, Kevin Hart supporters accused Katt of trying to destroy another black comedian's legacy out of jealousy and bitterness. One sports celebrity even tweeted, "Kevin built his career through discipline while everybody else self-destructed. Stop glorifying chaos." That post alone triggered nearly 300,000 angry replies. But things escalated even further after several celebrities began subtly reacting online without directly naming either comedian. One famous rapper posted, "Truth sounds crazy when lies been normal too long." Fans immediately assumed he was supporting Katt. Then a popular actress posted, "Humiliation disguised as comedy is still humiliation." Now people thought Hollywood itself was dividing behind the scenes. Even major media outlets started covering the controversy nonstop. Headlines exploded everywhere. Katt Williams stuns Netflix roast. Security forced to step in during live comedy event. Did Katt go too far? Entertainment bloggers claimed Netflix executives held emergency meetings after the roast because clips of the confrontation were overshadowing the entire festival. And according to one alleged insider leak spreading online, some advertisers were reportedly nervous about future live comedy specials becoming unpredictable disasters. But then came the moment that pushed the controversy into another level entirely. A blurry backstage photo suddenly leaked online late that night. The image allegedly showed Kevin Hart being held back near a hallway while multiple security guards stood between him and Katt Williams. Nobody could fully verify the photo. That didn't matter. The internet instantly treated it like proof that the situation became physical after cameras stopped rolling. Within hours, conspiracy theories exploded even harder. Some fans claimed Netflix was hiding footage. Others accused Kevin Hart's team of trying to suppress backstage audio recordings. And then a celebrity gossip page dropped a shocking claim that sent social media into total meltdown. According to their exclusive source, another comedian backstage allegedly heard Katt threaten to expose career-ending secrets if Kevin continued responding publicly after the roast. Nobody knew if it was true. But suddenly the story wasn't about a roast anymore. It became a possible Hollywood cover-up. And just when people thought the drama couldn't get more explosive, Kevin Hart reportedly made a private phone call later that night that completely changed the situation behind closed doors. At around 2:17 in the morning, everything changed again. While social media was still exploding with theories about the confrontation, a shocking new rumor suddenly started spreading through celebrity blogs and entertainment forums. Kevin Hart had allegedly called Katt Williams privately only hours after the roast ended. At first, fans assumed the call was about damage control. Maybe Kevin wanted peace. Maybe Netflix executives forced both comedians to calm things down before things spiraled further. But according to a supposed insider connected to the event, that's not what happened at all. The source claimed the phone call quickly became heated after Kevin allegedly accused Katt of deliberately trying to humiliate him in front of the world. Katt reportedly fired back by saying Kevin should stop pretending to be a victim after years of allegedly dismissing him behind closed doors. And then came the sentence, now causing complete panic online. According to the leak, Katt allegedly warned Kevin, "You got lucky. I only said half of it." That single line changed everything. Because now fans are convinced Katt knows secrets he still hasn't revealed publicly. Within minutes, conspiracy videos flooded YouTube. TikTok creators started analyzing every second of the roast frame by frame. People began searching for hidden reactions from celebrities sitting in the audience during Katt's set. And one moment in particular suddenly went viral. During the live stream, cameras briefly showed a famous comedian in the crowd looking visibly nervous after Katt mentioned 2018 backstage deals. The clip lasted less than 3 seconds before the camera changed angles. But online detectives immediately noticed it. Now people are asking one terrifying question. What happened in 2018? And according to rumors spreading inside Hollywood circles, that question has several powerful people extremely nervous right now. Then another twist dropped. A fake anonymous post allegedly written by someone who worked security at the Kia forum started circulating online late the next day. The post claimed the situation backstage became far worse after cameras stopped rolling. According to the alleged security worker, Kevin Hart was furious once he got backstage and repeatedly demanded producers remove certain footage from the final replay version of the roast. Meanwhile, Katt Williams allegedly refused to leave his dressing room for nearly an hour because he believed Netflix executives were trying to silence him. The anonymous source even claimed one executive shouted, "This is turning into a disaster." Nobody has confirmed the story, but that didn't stop millions of fans from believing it. Then came perhaps the most shocking twist of all. Late the following night, Katt Williams suddenly posted a cryptic message on social media that lasted only 11 minutes before being deleted. But screenshots spread instantly. The post allegedly read, "They laughed when I warned them. Now, everybody watching." That was it. No names. No explanation. Nothing else. And somehow that made things even scarier. Fans immediately began speculating that Katt wasn't finished exposing people yet. Some believed he was preparing for another interview. Others claimed he might release private recordings, backstage footage, or even secret conversations connected to Kevin Hart and powerful Hollywood executives. Now the entire entertainment industry is reportedly watching nervously. And Kevin Hart's silence, since the roast, has only fueled the paranoia. No long statement. No major interview. No denial. Nothing. Which many fans believe speaks louder than words. But perhaps the strangest part of this entire story happened during a podcast episode recorded just 2 days later. A comedian who attended the roast hinted that what viewers saw on Netflix was only about 20% of what actually happened backstage. 20%.
Think about that.
If that chaos was only a fraction of the real situation, what are they hiding from the public? And according to multiple online rumors right now, Netflix executives may still be deciding whether unreleased backstage footage will ever see the light of day, which means this story may be far from over. Because if those alleged recordings leak, Hollywood itself could have a very serious problem. So, what do you think really happened that night? Was Katt Williams exposing hidden truths that Hollywood never wanted public? Or did he completely cross the line by turning a comedy roast into a personal attack in front of millions? And be honest, did Kevin Hart look calm to you? Or did he look genuinely shaken when Katt started mentioning those mysterious backstage secrets from 2018? Because social media is still divided right now. Some fans are calling Katt the only comedian brave enough to challenge the industry publicly. Others believe Kevin Hart was ambushed on his own stage for clout, revenge, and viral attention. But one thing everybody agrees on? That Netflix roast changed everything. And if the rumors about hidden backstage footage are true, this drama might only be getting started. So drop your opinion in the comments right now. Was this real anger, or the greatest publicity stunt in comedy history? And most importantly, do you think Katt Williams still has more secrets he hasn't exposed yet? If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications because the second another leak, interview, or backstage recording drops, you already know we're covering it immediately. And trust me, the next update could be even crazier.